Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Sorry I didn't make it yesterday. I was tied up with work. But I'm back today with new headgear. So today I've been looking for unique facts to share with you. Something a little different. To get away from our conversation about the political scene. So today we've got some unique stuff to talk about. Some things that might freak you out a little bit. But we'll find out. So to begin with, let's start with the basic thing that brings a lot of people to the channel, and welcome if you are a new viewer. If you want to participate in today's trivia challenge, you must do 3 things. Most importantly, there are more rules to see in the description box below. But number 1, you must be a subscriber. Number 2, you must like the video. And number 3, you must leave a comment below with the answer to today's trivia question, which we'll get to in a bit. So I've been having a little bit of a challenge recently with Amazon delivery services. Amazon has decided to become self-sustaining, as I've talked about in a couple of videos already. And on 3 occasions, I did not receive packages. 2 occasions they said they were delivered, and they were apparently delivered to a building just across the street from where actually I live. And then the 3rd occasion, they came after the hours that the lobby was open, and so they could not get into the building because it's secure. So I spoke with them last evening and discovered that despite the fact that I said I don't want a refund, I want the packages delivered, they said, well, they're considered lost and they have to be returned, even though they couldn't have been more than 100 yards away from where I am. They would not just have their delivery person go pick them up and bring them. So that's very unfortunate. I think it's very wasteful as far as money and time is concerned. It doesn't show a lot of logic, but it's their time, it's their money. I dislike what it does to the people who actually own the product, who are third parties that are selling it, because it really messes with their money and the like. But I suppose Amazon feels like they have to just cancel it instead of and register it as lost, rather than actually just go and solve the Scooby-Doo mystery of finding the product. And I can't go across the street to some other building, nor should I have to, and claim the item when their staff should be very capable of going across the street and fixing their mistake. That's so yesterday, an item, the 3rd item that was not able to be delivered on Monday, was delivered along with another item I ordered, and I got a call from the delivery person who wanted to make sure I was present so he could deliver. They do have instructions, though. Do do not deliver to the office or the mailroom, but to come to my home. So that is for the future. I suspect they will either leave it at my door or contact me, which I'm not having no problem with them leaving it at my door, because then the only possible candidates are for theft are my neighbors, which I don't have a reason to believe they would steal anything. And even if they did, I have what's called the Ring doorbell, which is a video doorbell. And if you get anywhere near my apartment, you can see the person who approaches the door. So that doesn't present a problem. So there's that. So just watch as you're dealing with Amazon changing over to their own carrier service. It's called Amazon Logistics, because you may encounter that problem as well. It may be necessary to contact them and tell them to add special instructions to your deliveries in order to prevent the possibility that you're going to have delays. Now, this will especially affect people, well, it will affect everybody equally, but if you're not an Amazon Prime member, you're already waiting longer than normal to receive your packages. Amazon Prime members were supposed to get, in most cases, 2-day business delivery. So there's an added delay. And it would be different if I didn't pay for the Amazon Prime, then I would accept the 4 or 5 days, but not extra days because it's lost, because of just poor performance by the Amazon delivery person. And the same with the Prime, though. If you pay for 2 days, you should get it in 2 days like you've ordered it. And they'll work it out. It's just a matter of, there's other aspects involved that included, them not doing what they're supposed to do as a job, which is go to a person's door. This individual, or individuals, because I don't know if it was the same driver, were just dropping packages, not literally, but figuratively, leaving packages in a mailroom and assuming that they would be gathered by the residents, not realizing that they were in the wrong building and not following procedure, which is to go to the customer's door first. And Amazon has acknowledged that they are supposed to go to the resident's door and not just leave it in a mailroom. So just be aware of that. So today's trivia question is, in ancient times, what did Romans use as toothpaste? All right. So there's some interesting things that I found out. One of them, kind of spooky, is that in Sierra Nevada, where Lake Tahoe is, that it's actually a huge burial ground. So when people go into Lake Tahoe, if they drowned or commit suicide or whatever, the water is so cold that the bodies do not float to the top. They sink to the bottom because they become rigid and such. And as a result, they have no buoyancy. So they sink to the bottom. And because the depths are so, because they're such incredible depths, divers have to have special equipment to go that far down. And so there are countless numbers of bodies preserved in the cold depths of Lake Tahoe. There is a higher likelihood that you will die on the way to buy your lottery tickets than you are to win the lottery. Let's see. Some of the interesting ones I heard about. Oh, in a single kiss, this is meaning, I'm assuming romantic kiss, that 30,000 parasites and up to 250 bacteria can be transferred in a single kiss. No additional information about how long that kiss is, but I guess you'll find out. Let's see some of the other interesting ones. Oh, Julius Caesar, at age 22, was kidnapped by pirates, and held for ransom. He told them that they should ask for twice the ransom they originally wanted, and told them that once he was freed, he was going to come back and crucify them. They got their ransom and returned him, and as he promised, he went back with ships, found the pirates, and crucified them. I guess you could call him the man of his word. I bet they wish he was lying, especially in the moment when they were caught. Hopefully they spent the money well before they died. Let's see. In a can of soda, there is 10 teaspoons of sugar, which is more than 100% of your daily recommended value for the entire day. So even if you drank that one can of soda, you wouldn't be able to eat anything else with sugar the rest of the day if you wanted to stay under that recommended daily value. Imagine 10 teaspoons of sugar. It's a lot of sugar. It also impacts your breathing, so you have to be careful about that. Soda can be really bad for your breathing. So can milk. A lot of milk can build up the mucus at your saliva and can actually make it harder for you to breathe. It also adds weight because it settles in your stomach more. So, things to be aware of. Let's see. There's a lot of interesting ones I heard. Every year, 2,500 left-handed people die as a result of using right-handed machines or devices. How's that for spooky? There's a loophole in the U.S. labor laws that allow children to work on agricultural settlements like farms and such, and 100 kids a year die as a result of agricultural equipment accidents. I think they might have said it was 10 years old. Kids that are around approximately 10 years old. Let's see. There was a kind of a nasty fact that said that on average people consume approximately 1 pound of insects a year, mostly by accident. They said that in, what they were saying, was it within peanut butter, there's, the FDA will allow up to 150 insect fragments, and egg, and I think that was one of the things I remember. I don't remember what the other part of that was, but I thought that was so disturbing. 150 insect fragments, that's rather disgusting. Let's see. Oh, this one's kind of disgusting. Eskimo mothers, when their children, their babies have snot or colds, they will suck the snot out of their noses. Eskimo mothers will. That's definitely something you should not be learning while you're eating anything. But hey, you just learned something you didn't want to know. Some of the other interesting things. Let's see. Brain's a little fried trying to remember all the things I learned. I find facts interesting, even disturbing ones. Get some exercise. Get your brain moving. Sometimes I stay up late into the early hours to do these videos, and sometimes I get up and within 10 minutes of rise, I'm on the machine doing the videos. So sometimes I'm still regaining consciousness before I go to work. Well, let's answer the trivia question for today. The answer is mouse guts. Romans used to use mouse guts as toothpaste. Remember that. Some of the interesting things I discovered. Food related. I'm trying to remember food related ones. It's so funny that a lot of them are escaping me right now. I guess the clock is my friend today, because I don't remember some of them. It's kind of sad too. I was looking forward to sharing more of those with you. But you did get the trivia challenge for today, and that's good news. Sorry I was not back with you yesterday, but I will be back with you tomorrow with far more information. We might discuss, oh, this was an interesting one. During World War II, a plane with 9 military men from America crashed in one of the cities in Japan. 8 of the soldiers on board were captured and eaten. The 9th one was released. That one was George H.W. Bush. He went on to be our president, and obviously, quite fortunately, it was not dinner. So, there's a lot of amazing trivia you can find in numerous places. You just have to look for it listen, and you can learn a lot. So always keep your mind open to new answers. There was one about the atmosphere with regards to the ozone, talking about how we've polluted it so much that most of it is now in our atmosphere, that the fumes from like fossil fuels get trapped in our atmosphere. See, this is a little bit of a debatable one, because some scientists say that doesn't get trapped, that it actually, the atmosphere absorbs it, but it's able to recycle it. And then there are some conflicting things that say that it's actually, it does stay in the atmosphere and increases temperatures, because the chemicals, the sun bakes them. And others say that it actually doesn't have the opportunity, that it consumes it, because when it gets to the air, it changes it, and then it doesn't sustain. I would tend to agree with a certain amount of the truth about fossil fuels being a pollutant, because otherwise you would not see things like smog over areas like California, Los Angeles, or even Texas. Houston, for example, has smog, and it's because there's so much production related to fuels and cars in the atmosphere. We have huge populations in small areas. Houston has 3 million plus, and Los Angeles has 8, and I know New York has a significant number as well, commuting within its Manhattan area, the island of Manhattan. So there's some fascinating stuff out there. I always love learning new trivia. I'm going to do a lot more effort today to learn more trivia to bring back with you for tomorrow. And I'm glad you watched. Thanks so much. Hope you got some exercise. This is a little shorter than normal, but I will see you tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. Be well.